Hello, my name is Donovan Roy, and I chose the topic of abuse. My general purpose is to inform others about abuse in general, which means the types of abuse, if it's happening, if you are a victim, if you are a suspect of abuse. And basically, abuse is a form of violence that is committed against a person. This can be physically, mentally, sexually, digitally, financially. And abuse is something that can happen anywhere. Abuse can happen at home, at work, in school, in relationships, walking down the street, you could be abused. And I want to let people know about abuse so that way they won't become a victim or they won't do it to somebody subliminally, not knowing that they're abusing somebody, but they really are. It can happen. So abuse can happen in school. A form of abuse in school can be a teacher constantly yelling at you, picking on you. It could be a student constantly bullying you, making fun of you. This is typically what bullies are. If it happens at home, it could be you being beat by your mom or neglect. Abuse is any kind of bad language that's constantly being yelled at you. And the biggest thing about abuse is that 25% abuse happens to the people younger than 3, according to healthychildren.org. Which means that 1/4 of abuse victims are people that don't even know what's happening. 1/4 of abuse suspects are abusing people that have no idea how to combat it, have no idea how to react to it. They're abusing people that can't even articulate the words to tell other people that they're being abused. They don't know the signs. They don't know how to relay the information to somebody else, or even how to get help. And abuse knows no age limits. Because it happens at 3, it could happen your entire life. It could happen to anybody. Abuse is something that could happen to you until you're on your deathbed. So imagine being 80 years, going from 3 to 80, and just constantly being abused day by day. And you never know because you were treated like this since you were little. And since you were little, you were brought up this way. So by the time you're 40, 50, you don't know the signs. You just think this is natural. And it just keeps happening until you're 60, 70, 75 years old and laying on your deathbed. And you just never knew that you were being treated in a way that others weren't being treated. You weren't being treated with respect. And then the types of abuse are neglect: sexual, mental, physical, financial, social, according to the abusehotline.org. So being neglected means this is usually something that happens when you're a young age. This is how people at the age of 3 and younger get abused. They're not being shown any attention by their parents. Their parents constantly turn them away, don't pay them any mind. If you've ever watched Matilda was being neglected by her parents and her siblings. Sexual abuse. Sexual abuse can be in a way somebody keeps touching you or grabbing on you in parts of your body where you're not supposed to be touched or grabbed on. This is the form of sexual abuse. And then there's mental abuse, where somebody is talking down on you. Somebody is constantly being mean to you, especially in front of others, or even behind closed doors where it's just the two of you. They're constantly talking bad on you, and it messes up your psyche. There's physical abuse. Physical abuse is typically the most common form of abuse. This is people putting their hands on you, punching you, hitting you. This typically happens in relationships. This is something that definitely isn't condoned. This is usually where people teach the signs of physical abuse. This is the most taught signs because it is the most common. And then there's financial abuse. Financial abuse is a way where people are taking advantage of your financial situation. If you're making a lot of money, they're constantly asking you for money, constantly stepping on you to try and get you to give them money. Or if you're not making a lot of money, they're constantly treating you bad because you're not making as much money of them, which is also a way of mental abuse. If somebody's treating you bad because you're not making enough money, that's financial and mental abuse, because at some point it messes with your psyche. And 2 abuses in 1 is definitely something that you want to know the signs of, because you definitely want to avoid this. What to do if you are a victim. If you are a victim, you should not let your fear of saying the wrong thing get in the way of telling somebody. If you tell somebody, you can get the help that you need, so that way you can get away from this person that's constantly treating you horrible or abusing you. And this is according to the verywellmind.com. They say that you should not let your fear of saying the wrong thing get in the way of you not getting help that you need. Because a lot of times people are scared to speak up about abuse because they're scared that their abuser will come after them or treat them away or treat them worse than they were being treated before. So to wrap everything up, I just want to say abuse is something that should definitely be taken seriously. We definitely need to know the signs of abuse. Knowing the signs of abuse is where to start. Even if you're not being abused, it's great to know the signs of abuse, so that way you can relay that information to somebody that is being abused, so they know the signs and they can get the help that they need. And because, again, like I said earlier, abuse knows no age. So if they're being abused from a really young age, from 2-3 years old, they were brought up this way, so they don't know the signs. But knowing the signs and relaying the information can help somebody get the help that they need if they don't even know that they were being abused in the first place. And thank you. My name is Donovan Roy. Thank you very much.